Hey everybody, it's Brandon, and I am very thankful for everybody that has subscribed recently to my channel. Thank you very much. Keep watching those videos. I do appreciate it. And I've got a new product to show you today, and it is called the Crimson Monastery. It is a system-neutral adventure. So you can use it with any of your fantasy games that you like. It's by Dawnfist Games. They gave us Adventurous, which I already did a video of, which I will have a link to at the end of this video. You'll be able to click and go check out the actual Adventurous game. Now, while you can use this with any system that you have, it's obviously going to be advantageous to use Adventurous with this, as the beasts and the items at the end of the book are statted for that game. And that game is very good. It was very surprising. I did not expect it to be as good as it is. I definitely think you should go check out that video and check out that game, as I was very impressed with it. So it has the same kind of look. We're going to go through it right here. It's only available in PDF, so you're looking at it right here, telling you about the introduction, preparations, old school gaming, and yeah, it says that it's supposed to be easy as possible for a game master to run, and I think it very much is. It says that the last few pages contain a bestiary and treasure details, as well as random loot table, all adapted to the adventurous system, much like I just talked about. If you're running this adventure in a different system, disregard them or use them for inspiration. Very good. So what's going on? We've got the Crimson Crusade. They are a bunch of turds. They're a fanatical religious order that have recently arrived in the valley and made an old monastery their home. At first they kept to themselves, but about a month ago they started to violently interrogate the locals, suspecting them all to be undead in disguise, which is of course false. There's 15 of them total. They're led by Commander Mograine and Priestess Snowmane. Now, I was reading this and I was like, this is very familiar to me. There's a monastery, Crimson Crusade. Where is this from? Now, if you know where this might be inspired from, leave a comment down below. I know what I think it's from. And I don't know if that was just an inspiration for it, or what the case may be, or just a coincidence. I'm certain that the good people at Dawnfist Games might comment and let me know exactly what it is, but I believe it's based on a very, very popular MMO. Something that's in that MMO, but I could be wrong. I don't know. That's just what I kind of gathered from it. So this is neat. It's kind of a mini little setting. It's got some stuff going on. It's got some timed events. It's also got, you know, a flow for an adventure, but you can obviously go off on the path and go explore some other stuff. It's very useful. I do like the way that Dawnfist Games and like Adventurous is, the way that stuff looks, the fonts they use, the way that stuff is laid out. I think it's very helpful. Your time events here are pretty good because they have stuff like day 2 at noon, or day 4 at evening. So not exactly pinpoint exactly what time it's going to be. It's going to be easier for you to throw those in. It's going to have a condition and an event. So just you're going to be going into Lakeview, this town, and just as the Crimson Crusade have finished interrogating the villagers yet again and are leaving the village. So yeah, they're going to need the help of the PCs to figure out exactly what's going on, because the situation in the valley is getting worse by the day. The villagers are afraid of what will happen. That is why they have sent for help, and that is why our PCs are in the valley. So we've got some rumors here. You're going to roll twice on these. Pretty nice little rumor table here. And some of those it's going to tell you their faults and so on. So that's helpful. Then we've got our map. Now our map is very good because I like the 2-hour walking business right there. The little line. I like stuff by time. That's helpful. I mean miles and trying to figure that all out. You can just take that and let you know exactly how far you'll get away from maybe the Wyvern's lair, or the Wyvern attack area, or the Flooded Tomb, or Lakeview, where you're going to start out. So very helpful. And I enjoy the fact that it's a little, mini setting here, and you can throw this in any of your campaign settings that you might be already running. You've got some roads and stuff that you can follow, and you can add stuff to this map, obviously, as well. The diamonds are interesting. It says such as the Flooded Tomb, the Waste Outlet, and the Wyvern Lair. It says the diamonds they mark unknown areas. To be able to travel to these, PCs must first discover them through rumors, talking to NPCs, or finding secrets. I think that's clever. I like the fact that on the map, right there, it tells you just can't go there to find that space. It's probably hidden. And I would have definitely, make sure that you have rumors or NPCs or finding stuff is a way to find out exactly where those places are. That's very good. We've got Crimson Monastery, the Wyvern Attack, the Craig's, I guess how you say it, Craig's Trading Post, the Wyvern Lair, and of course it says Unknown. And then yeah, the waste outlet, which is terrible, and then the flooded tomb, because the waste outlet is from the Crimson Monastery itself. So it's going to tell you about traveling the valley. You're going to be moving from one location to another in the shaded valley. Roll on the random encounter table below. Some of those are unique, and if those are rolled a second time, nothing happens. So that's pretty cool. The asterisks. Those are going to be the ones that are unique. You may come across some stuff called star metal shards, which is pretty interesting. You could be maybe a goblin attack. You come across a corpse, and it might have a map that details the location of the flooded tomb. A tomb, rather, of course. And then the impact of the terrain is going to affect you when it comes to if you're on the roads or plains, or in your forest and mountains. You're more of a chance to get one of these locations here, one of these encounters, I should say. So then we've got the quest. So you're starting your adventure. There is a farmer whose goats were attacked by wyverns. So that's something you can go explore. There's the star metal smithy. Scattered all around the shaded valley are shards of a mysterious ore called star metal. They rained down from the sky hundreds of years ago and are highly sought after. They can be used to craft powerful items. Dvalin, the smith, asked the PCs to retrieve as many star metal shards as possible and will be able to craft one weapon per week for every 3 pieces of star metal. They are equivalent of +1 from a Dungeons and Dragons perspective. In the adventurous system, they deal +1 damage to all attacks. Very cool. There is a lost patrol that Commander Mograine is looking for. They may pay you to go find them. The patrol was actually killed by the wyvern, it says, so that's interesting. And then you've got Trader Pip. He needs to deliver a wagon full of trade goods to Craig's trading post up north, but is worried about brigands. Of course, he'll pay you. So there's a couple little quests that you can pick up and do while you're in this area. You can already see that this little adventure is already starting to get meaty. You're starting to really get your money's worth out of it, I believe. Then we've got Lakeview Village. It's all statted up right here. We've got our little map. It's very serviceable, and it works well with the way that this is laid out and designed with Adventurous and these other adventures that they've been putting out. So you've got the Goat Farm, General Store, Blacksmith, the Dusky Brew Inn, and it says here you can play a local board game, and if you bet 50 coins per try, if the PCs win, he gives directions to the flooded tomb. So that's pretty cool, and it tells you how to play it. There's also Monster Hunter CAD, and that's an interesting thing too. It has to do with the wyvern, of course. So we've got our NPCs here. So we've got the Smith, the Goat Farmer Lance, the Monster Hunter CAD, and I like the fact it's got goal, fear, and quirk, such as this guy is a constant show-off. And the timed event here is CAD has picked up a bounty for the wyvern and will succeed on day 4. So he's going to get it at some point. So that's cool. But you should probably take it out instead of him. Then we've got our Crimson Monastery. The waste outlet is a terrible thing, which pretty much has all the latrine. And there is an excrement beast that lives in the pond and will attack any creature. It is a horrible blob-like abomination created from excrements mixed with flushed magical potions. That's a terrible, terrible foe right there. Anything that involves doo-doo is bad. Avoid crap. So you got the priestess and the commander here. The commander has a quest. Mograine, of course, looking for that missing patrol. But I like how, again, it's got their goals, their fear, and their quirks. I like that. Mishears very often. So just give them a little bit of personality. And then we've got the cathedral itself. It's fully, got your map here. It's got all your stuff statted out. An alchemy lab, storage, snowman study, a prayer hall. Again, it reminds me of something I've played, I tell you what. And then there's the armory. Same thing. You've got an arsenal. Very easy to read here. The sleeping hall, the latrine, of course, terrible. It's going to take you out to the waste outlet. Just don't even mess with that stuff. Wyvern attack here. Of course, you're going to go 2 hours southwest of Lakeview is the site of the wyvern attack. And there are pieces of dead goats litter the area and goat intestines hanging from a nearby tree. You can see that there is, of course, a sign of a wyvern. This kind of reminds me of a little bit of the griffin in The Witcher 3, kind of the beginning there as you hunt down and go into the wyvern lair. You could possibly set down a trap for this wyvern. So it definitely gives me Witcher 3 vibes right there. You got Craig's trading post. It's going to be in the northwestern corner of Shaded Valley. And his stuff is going to be very expensive, but he might have some interesting items such as a wand of levitation, a potion of troll strength, etc. It's going to cost you a bunch of coins, And yeah, you're going to roll twice on the table below when the first encountering Craig to see what he has in stock this month. So, of course, it will change if you're here for a long time. And then you've got his little stats, right? Well, I say stats, really just his goal, fear, and quirks. Like he counts steps when walking. He needs a Fitbit or something like that. So then we've got our wyvern lair here. It's got a waste pile, the entrance and the nest, of course. And unfortunately, the missing patrol has been killed and eaten by the wyvern. So this thing is really running amok. There's a cool pair of gloves of archery that you may be able to find in the waste pile there. So that's neat. You've got the flooded tomb. That's going to be pretty neat. Of course, you're going to have to find where it is. And hopefully it won't be like the terrible Zelda water temples that have always plagued those games. But there's some neat stuff in here for you to do as well. Fully statted out here with the different rooms. There's a cool little, I guess, little gem puzzle that you have to kind of figure out. So that's neat. So there is some puzzle solving. There's a goat shrine. That's interesting. A couple graves here for you to inspect and see what's going on. And then Lord Bane's chamber. I'll let you read all this whenever you pick it up, so you know a little bit more about these characters here. And then you've got your bestiary here. You can see it's got the adventurous stat blocks here for the brigands and the crimson paladins, the crimson cleric or a goblin skulker, the skirmisher or the shaman, and then of course the wyvern with its 18 health. Pretty rough. It's different attacks like dive attack and shriek, venomous claws. Watch out for those. Excrement monster with 25 life, hit points, whatever you want to call them in your game. It's mindless. It's bloodless. It can't bleed or be poisoned. It's got multiple attacks. It takes 2 attacks per turn. It's brutal. Excrement blast. I love the name of that. It's fantastic. I'm certain some of us have actually done that ourselves. There's body slam and bite, of course. So this is just a nasty foe. We've got, of course, in essence, these are going to be long dead knights. They are going to be in the tomb, of course. So it says like this: since long dead knight of Lord Bane, now reanimated against his will. That is Sir Gregor right there. And then, of course, Lord Bane himself. They're all going to be undead. Then you've got our commander and our priestess of the Crimson Crusade. All their stats right there. Very good. Play this game with Adventurous. It's a no-brainer to me. I'm definitely one for trying out a new system, especially one that's easy like Adventurous. A really good game in its own right, and then just embrace this system. So, I would probably pick this up if you pick up Adventurous. And then we got our magical and mysterious items that you'll find throughout it. I do like the fact that, like, Mograin's got his fist, and there's a couple of items that they have that you can get, and it says the location of them. That's very helpful. Where is the gloves of archery? They're in the wyvern's lair. Where is the tome of incinerating rays? It's in the cathedral in room 2. Other games need to do some stuff like this. I tell you, there's a lot of neat ideas that are spread out across this great all these great products. And you just need to, like, if you're going to make your own products, just take a lot of this and just kind of cram them together. You're going to have an awesome game or an awesome adventure, whatever the case may be. But tell people where things are located when you've got an item. That's very helpful. There's some random treasure that you can roll up, so that's pretty easy. And I like this here, like if it's in a corpse, a sack, a barrel, or a crate, it's going to be +0. If it's in someone's home, strongbox, or secret stash, you'll get a +1. So as they go up, they're obviously better. And then in a chest, it's +2. This is very smart. I like that a lot. There's going to be like things like a large golden platter. It's going to give you 200 coins. Maybe 1 sweet magical ingredient, 1 supply, and maybe down here all the way at the bottom, you're going to get a whole bunch of stuff. Maybe a flaming weapon, or a large diamond, or a gold ring. Scroll of invisibility. There'll be some star metal shards for you to get as well. And then here's thank you right there. And Sebastian, again, he's done a great job. So there it is, the Crimson Monastery. It's a great little adventure. I mean, you can do a lot with it. You can set this little map up here, play some other encounters that you may get from other sources. If you want to really flesh this out and give it some more, maybe there's something right in the middle. Maybe there's something underneath the water here in this lake, the Azure Lake. And the Cobalt Lake. There's 2 of them there. So that's the one in the middle is the Cobalt, and the smaller one is the Azure Lake. Put something down there maybe. Maybe there's a boat or something that, there's some treasure that's supposedly rumored to be on there, or who knows what. You can put an island right there and make your own little adventure, side thing going on. So there it is, the Crimson Monastery. Check this adventure out if you want to, definitely look at Adventurous. The video should be popping up here soon. You'll see it here. You can click on it to go check out that that video I did of that game. And yeah, let me know if you think that this is familiar to you, and where this might come from, the Crimson Crusade and the Crimson Monastery, because I think we're all going to kind of go, oof, I know where that is. I know where they got that idea from. But then again, I could be wrong. I'm wrong lots of times. So there it is, the Crimson Monastery. Thanks a lot for watching this and subscribing. Please like the video if you do. Share it with your friends on Facebook and all stuff like that, because we're getting close to 2,000 subscribers. That would be a great thing. It seems like not too long ago I was excited to get 1,000. So thank you so much to all the hundreds of people, and you know, soon to be thousands of people that have subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thanks.